Hormones of heart and kidneys. So some certain endocrine tissues are not organized to form compact endocrine glands, but are presented and isolated in certain body parts. They're presented and isolated in certain body parts and going to release some sort of hormones here that we need to see them. First of all, in them endocrine cells present in the atrial wall of the heart secrete a polypeptide hormone called atrial natriuretic factor. Atrial natriuretic factor, ANF, atrial natriuretic factor, which decreases the blood pressure and so is secreted in case of increased blood pressure. We discussed it more in excretory system actually. Now here atrial natriuretic factor causes vasodilation, which reduces the total peripheral resistance and blood pressure. Okay, so under some circumstances, the right atrium of the heart is going to secrete this atrial natriuretic factor. With circumstances, we discussed in excretory system actually. So just we are remembering the name atrial natriuretic factor or atrial natriuretic peptide is the hormone which is released from the right atrium of the heart, which justifies our setting endocrine tissues which are not organized. This is that heart is not an organized endocrine gland, but here by the necessity that is going to secrete some certain hormones like atrial natriuretic factor. In the same way, in the kidney, you need to see here kidney. So kidney is going to produce a hormone called erythropoietin. Erythropoietin is a glycoproteinase hormone secreted by the juxtaglomerular cells of the afferent arteriole of the kidney in response to reduced RBC count. That means when the person gets affected with anemia, this erythropoietin is the name is enough for us here. The erythropoietin is released from kidney. Erythropoietin is for that poiesis. What is poiesis? Poiesis means production. Production of what? Erythro. That means RBC. Production of RBC. We have this question in earlier previous medical entrance examination. In NEET, in what way here? That the hormone of the kidney helpful for the production of RBC to prevent the anemia. We got this kind of question here. So that's why I need to remember the name first. Erythropoietin is a glycoproteinase hormone secreted by the juxtaglomerular cells of the afferent arteriole of the kidney. Afferent arteriole of the kidney. Kidney is enough for us. In response to reduced RBC count, that is anemia. It simulates the erythropoiesis in the bone marrow. Okay. What next? What next? Some other like gastrointestinal mucosa. The hormones of the gastrointestinal mucosa. That means by the some of the hormones are going to participate in the process called the process of digestion. Likewise, let's take one after another. The stomach first. Stomach is going to secrete a hormone called gastrin. Hormone from the stomach is gastrin. What gastrin do? In case of stomach, in case of stomach, let me take the clear picture of this. That the gastrointestinal mucosa, I need white paper, so I'm going. So in the stomach, when food enters inside into the stomach, that G cells, we have separate cells here called G cells. So these G cells are going to secrete hormone called gastrin. Gastrin stimulates the gastric juices to release and to start the process of digestion. So hormone gastrin from the stomach is going to be helpful for the process of digestion by the release of gastric juices. Okay, next. See, well, that one more interesting thing here that when the food stops from here, from the stomach, when the foodstuffs enters into the intestine, the secretion of gastrin need to be stopped, isn't it? Otherwise, they produce more gastric juice that will be very dangerous to the wall of the heart itself. That's why that intestine, duodenum we are talking about, in the intestine, there is one more hormone will be released, that is enterogastrin, the hormone called enterogastrin, released from intestine. Enterogastrone or enterogastrin is the hormone released from the intestine, and through the blood circulation, it enters into the stomach and stop the action of the gastrin, inhibit the action of the gastrin. That means here we are talking about when foodstuffs enter into the intestine. So then what happens? So let me say once again, when we are in the stomach, the hormone required for that is gastrin. Okay, so gastrin stimulate the gastric juice. Gastrin is responsible for the gastric juice. So now what I'm saying here, when the food materials from here, if it migrated towards the intestine, so from here in intestine, that one more hormone is getting released over, that is enterogastrin. This enterogastrin from the intestine is going to stop the action of gastrin, indicating that food enters from there to here. Okay, next. So we said about the stomach, we said that gastrin, hormone from the stomach is the gastrin. And now we are talking about intestine. In the intestine, the first I said about enterogastrin, hormone enterogastrin. Here, hormone enterogastrin. And now that some more hormones are there. Let's talk one after another here. Let's talk one after another. I am going to type so clearly for visibility. Let me say again, the hormones of the gastrointestinal mucosa. We have to talk about hormones of the gastrointestinal mucosa. So the hormones of the gastrointestinal mucosa, these particular hormones are, first we said about the gastrin, then after we need to go with some other hormones like, so first I said stomach is going to secrete a hormone called gastrin. So gastrin, what is the function of gastrin? Stimulates the stomach, your gastric glands for gastric juice. Okay, next. Next, we are talking about intestine. In case of intestine, in intestine, the first I said to you now, that is enterogastrin. Enterogastrin is a hormone which inhibits the action of, raise the stomach and inhibit the action of gastrin. That indicates that food enters into the intestine from the stomach. Okay. Now, some more hormones are there that we need to go through. Some more hormones are there. That secretin. Secretin is a hormone. Cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin. Pancreogymin. Pancreogymin. Enterocrinin. Villicrinin. Villicrinin. So these are the various types of hormones released from intestine. For example, if you take the secretin, secretin is helpful for the stimulation of the secretion of bicarbonate from the pancreas. Cholecystokinin stimulate the gallbladder for the bile juice. Pancreogymin for the pancreatic juice. Enterocrinin will stimulate the intestinal glands for the intestinal juice. Villicrinin helpful for the absorption of digested food materials by that microvilli. Just to name sake here, all these hormones are not, some of them only we have in text here. So just whatever the hormones are there, I just presented to you that enterogastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin, pancreogymin, and enterocrinin and villicrinin. All these are the hormones released from intestine. All these are the hormones released from intestine. So that other structures that we need to remember. The first, what we said about erythropoietin from the kidney. Erythropoietin is a hormone from kidney, and atrial natriuretic factor from the right atrium of the heart. So that in this part we have to learn other structures which are also participating: heart, kidney, and now we are seeing that gastrointestinal mucosa. Gastrointestinal mucosa is secreting hormone. That's just what we discussed about. Okay. So these are the hormones. So let me say once again: atrial natriuretic factor from kidney, right atrium of the heart, erythropoietin from the kidney, and the gastrointestinal mucosa secrete the hormones like gastrin, enterogastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin, pancreogymin, enterocrinin, villicrinin. All these are the hormones from gastrointestinal mucosa.